Um, in case you're not following what's going on with Terry Childs, he is the network administrator that's now sitting in jail, I believe in San Francisco, for changing the administrator passwords to their Cisco routers and so forth, basically holding the network hostage, so to speak, although there is a excuse me, a disclaimer that the network appears to be working normally. It's a very interesting case. I did a video about this titled Geeks Gone Wild. You can look that up on YouTube. Well, here's a kind of an interesting twist. The district attorney in San Francisco, in prosecuting Terry, submitted a list of more than 100 different sensitive IP addresses and VPN passwords in public court filings, if you can believe that. It makes you really wonder about the whole scene out there and what's going on. And I tell you why this is important, this whole story is important. Because IT people are starting to get a whole lot of undeserved bad press because of this thing with Terry Childs. I've seen articles, there's a lot of sensationalist journalism going on about this today. And it's definitely given a slap in the face to, hard-working professional IT people. But you've got to wonder about a DA who went to court with all this stuff. Surely he worked in conjunction with the city of San Francisco in compiling all this. So, I mean, if the management, the same management Terry Childs worked for, maybe he helped him put this together. I mean, how else would he have gotten these IP addresses and VPN passwords? You got to wonder about these guys. And I'm not defending Terry Childs in any way, shape, or form, although there were some interesting comments about my video on that. And I found a lot of support for Terry Childs out there around the internet because of managers and being unreasonable with IT people and so forth. But look, you can't let that thinking get into your mind about your IT department, that they're going to hold you hostage and do all these things, no more than accounting can, or human resources, or anything else. IT people take their job very, very seriously. They know that they're important to the company, and your data, and your IT is probably the heartbeat of your company, and it's critical that everything is done in a professional manner. But it doesn't help that we have all this sensationalist journalism going on right now, and there's also a point where the management also bears some responsibility in this thing. They weren't, they literally had only one go-to guy for the city of San Francisco when it came to the architecture of the wide area network for this city, and that was Terry Childs. So rather than using common sense and giving him a limited range of authority, he had it all. And in an environment like that, you don't want one person having that kind of authority, and certainly when management doesn't have a clue what the password or usernames are. Now, Terry felt, or I should say it was a friend of Terry's had felt, or a coworker, that Terry, shouldn't have had to give the management the passwords and so forth, because he didn't know anything about the configs of the network. Management's management. They run this show. IT does what management tells them to do, and not the other way around. And so, but I just thought it was kind of humorous, but it's also kind of scary that a DA would publish this stuff because, great, now you're giving bad guys some real good tools. There's some comments to this story about the DA, and this was also from Channel Web. It was an article written by Damon Porter, and one of the comments was, wow, first of all, this guy wasn't supposed to have a list of usernames and passwords, and second, I bet some moron city official wanted access to something he knew nothing about. Another comment. Let's see. After twice elected the current person to the highest office of the country, are you still surprised by it? There are other less important events such as this? Well, the thing is Terry Child's article, and this is why I'm bringing it up tonight, is sensationalist journalism. The more that it's out there in the press, the more it makes IT people look bad, and the more suspicion that we come under from management of companies and companies that we work for. And I just think that there needs to be some rationality there, that, you know, your IT people are no less likely to kidnap or hold your data hostage than somebody, another employee coming in and doing something. I mean, people are people. At the end of the day, it is a human issue and not a function of their job. But it's getting a lot of bad press. I guess the operative thing is to be careful. Okay? Be careful in your hiring decisions, your training, and make sure that no one person has absolute total control over your whole network. Okay? If you own the company, it's your business, you have a right to know what the usernames and passwords are, and the administrator accounts especially. Change them routinely, use strong passwords, keep everything documented. You'll be glad you did, and you won't have to deal with problems like these.